Hello and welcome to Technical Tips for Legal Writing. In this series, I show you how we can use built-in features of Microsoft Word to focus less on the little technical details and focus more on producing compelling analysis and arguments. These videos are primarily made for law students, but anyone interested in making Microsoft Word work for you will probably find them interesting. With that, let's move to today's topic. Let's start with our problem statement. The problem, as you can see here, is that Microsoft Word recognizes some words that are used in inappropriate contexts, but not all words that are used in inappropriate contexts. Some words, like judgment, have multiple acceptable spellings outside the legal community, with only one acceptable spelling within the legal community. Other words, like statue, sing, or trail, are easily mistyped versions of words we use a lot in legal community, namely statute, sign, and trial. In both cases, it's easy to read over these kinds of errors, especially when we're reading quickly in our final mechanics review before turning in an assignment or brief. Microsoft Word tries to help us out. We can see some of these words are double underlined in blue, indicating Microsoft thinks we may have used the wrong word. In both cases here, untied and pubic, Microsoft is correct. However, even if we make those recommended corrections, we can still see there are several errors in this text. So, our problem statement. How can we have Microsoft Word help us identify commonly misspelled or mistyped words so we can focus less on the mechanics and more on the substance of our writing? Our solution? Custom exclusion dictionaries and Microsoft Word. The exclusion dictionary is a feature in Microsoft Office which tells the proofing system to treat certain words in the dictionary as incorrectly spelled. You'll notice this document now has all of the misspelled words underlined in red, even though some of them are correct English words. This allows you to identify any word that you commonly mistype and have this word underlined in red so that you can fix it during a normal spell check. Let's go through how to set up an exclusion dictionary. First, let's go through the instructions for a Windows 11 operating system. Start by opening up a File Explorer window. Then click on the C drive, the Users folder, your username, and then click on the folder App Data. If you can't see a folder called App Data, then you can enable hidden icons by using the View menu in the folder. Alternatively, you can simply type it in the address bar like I'm doing now. Once you're in App Data, click on the Roaming folder, the Microsoft folder, and finally the uProof folder. In this folder, you should see at least one LEX file titled Exclude Dictionary with some letters and numbers after it. If you type in multiple languages in Microsoft Word, for example Spanish and English, you'll see exclude dictionaries starting with EN for English and with a letter code for your other language, for example ES for Spanish. Although I'm going to work on the English language exclusion dictionary, these same features will allow you to add words to an exclusion dictionary in any language that Microsoft Word has proofing tools for, which is almost every language. The code 0409 refers to US English. If your jurisdiction is not in the United States, you may see a different code. I've placed a link in the description where you can find the language region ID codes for some other languages. Right-click on this file, click Open With, and click Notepad. To see how to add words to this list, skip to the Adding Words chapter of this video. Next, let's go through the instructions for a Macintosh operating system with Microsoft Word installed. With Microsoft Word open, click on the Word menu at the top and select Preferences. Then click on Spelling and Grammar, and then on Dictionaries. When this window pops up, click New. In the next pop-up, give your exclusion dictionary a name, perhaps Legal Exclusion Dictionary, and find a place to save it. Wherever you choose to save it, Word will remember. Just make sure it's not somewhere where you'll accidentally delete it. Make sure you select Speller Exclude Dictionary in the File Format drop-down box. Click Save. Now, select your dictionary and click Edit. You will get a pop-up box letting you know that Microsoft Word is turning off automated spell check. That's okay. We will turn that back on later. Click OK on this box. Now, add the words you would like to exclude. For more details on this, skip ahead to the Adding Words chapter in this video. After you have typed the list, save and close the dictionary file. When you reopen Microsoft Word, make sure you go back into Word Preferences in the top left and select Spelling and Grammar. Here, you will have to turn back on Check Spelling as you type. Here, we can see the list of words that I have already added to my exclusion dictionary. If you haven't added any words to the exclusion dictionary, this file may be blank. That's okay. We type one word per line in lowercase letters only, with no punctuation or any other separating feature. Each word that we type will be excluded from Microsoft's spell check system on our final document. You will see in my exclusion dictionary, I have the word ed. This will underline in red whenever I've used the abbreviation ED for editor or edition, but I've forgotten to put a period. I also have ER because one time I turned in an assignment that talked about Smith al. instead of Smith et al. Because and et look similar, and this was buried in a citation, I didn't notice this mistake until after I had turned in the assignment. Now that I did, though, I have put ER in the exclusion dictionary. This would also help if you were trying to type error in the way that appellate courts frequently write it, ERR. Then I have judgment and judgments, both versions with an E. Most legal professionals in the US only use the word judgment without an E. Then I have sates to make sure that I don't misspell states. And I have the words sing, sings, and singing to make sure I don't miss any form of the word sign. I have statue and statues to make sure I don't mistype the word statute or statutes. And I have trail and trails to make sure I don't mistype the word trial or trials. And I have untied to make sure I don't misspell the word united. If you have additional words that you notice you end up mistyping, or if you have words that your conventional spelling differs from the legal community's conventional spelling, you can add whatever words best suit your purposes to your own exclusion dictionary. That'll make it a good tool for you to use in your legal writing. You will have to restart Microsoft Word, but when you go back to Microsoft Word, you'll now see that it's correctly underlined in red for every word that you have identified in the exclusion dictionary. I hope this technique has been helpful for you and your progression as a legal writer. If you have any questions or topic suggestions, please leave them in the comments and I will address them as I can. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.